Hey guys, I'm back. I had to cut the last video off because the afternoon announcements were coming on, and I know you didn't want to hear all of that. So just to recap where we were, we have 20 chocolates that I gave out. One student gets 2 pieces for every 3 pieces the second student received. We want to know how many candies each student is going to receive of the whole bag. So that is what we need to focus on. So we need student 1 or student 2. We'll start with student 1. We need to know how many pieces of candy student 1 got out of the whole bag of candy. So that would be total. Once we find student 1, we'll be able to find student 2. Okay, so we can't just use the ratio of 2 to 3 because it was student 1 over student 2, and that was 2 pieces for every 3. We can't use this ratio to determine how many candies each one received because they're 2 separate things. Okay, so if I take student 1, well, student 1 is 2 pieces of candy. Out of how many total? So I don't know. Well, if I add, so the total would be 2 plus 3, which is 5. So out of this ratio is a total of 5 pieces of candy that I gave out. I gave student 2, student 1 2 pieces, and student 2 3 pieces. So that would be 2 out of 5 for the original ratio. And the question says, how many did that student receive? Well, I don't know how many candies student 1 received out of the total bag. So there's the total amount for the whole bag. So that would be out of 20. Well, this one's really nice. 5 times 4 is 20. And then 2 times 4 is 8. So, there we go. Student 1. It doesn't even look like an 8. Let's fix that. Holy cow. 8. Student 1. Candies. Alright, so that's one answer. We're going to need 2 answers because it says each. So, if student 1 gets 8 pieces, and I have a 20-piece bag, so 20 pieces of candy minus what I gave student 1 will give me student 2. So student 2 receives 12 pieces of candy. And you can just do a quick mental math check here. If this is 8 and this is 12, it does give me a total of 20. This one was really a little harder than the rest, and I think it's probably the hardest one of the whole set of problems today. Alright, moving on. This one I really do want you to try on your own, so pause the video. I don't think you'll have any trouble with it. It's very straightforward, but give it a shot. So, it says John filled his radiator with 6 pints of coolant, which is to the 10-inch mark. How many pints, so I don't know how many pints of coolant would he need to fill the radiator to the 25-inch level? So again, find your 2 ratios, find the 2 things we're comparing. We've got pints and inches. We're looking for pints for these inches, so that is where you're going to start. So pints over inches. Now you could do inches over pints. You just decide how you write this one, and that's how you'll set up both ratios. So 6 pints is 10 inches. I don't know pints for 25 inches. Alright, well, we can't go from here to here. That's not nice, so it'd have to be a decimal. So I would try to simplify. And it does simplify to 3 over 5 equals the pints over 25. And then we can use equivalent fractions. Again, cross products will always work, but this is just a little shorter method. So 5 times 5 is 25. 3 times 5 is 15. So 15, what are we looking for? There's your label. Pints equals P. Told you this one was really straightforward, not difficult at all. And that is not very good either. There we go. Alright, we have one more. Alright, so this one is a little different as well. Carmen bought 3 pounds of bananas for $1.08. That was Carmen. June paid $1.80 for her purchase of bananas. Ah, so we have pounds of bananas and the cost. Here we have the cost, but we don't know the pounds of bananas. We do know they paid the same price per pound, so there's your unit rate. They're paying the same unit rate, but we're looking for how many pounds June bought. Okay? So, one way to solve this one is to look at the question. It says they pay the same price per pound. How many pounds did June buy? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking at the cost per pound, and that would tell us how many pounds. So, cost per pound. Okay. Well, we know that June paid how much? June paid $1.80. Do we know how many pounds she got? Well, let's see, for her purchase of how many pounds. We do not know that. There's your variable. And we also know that they paid the same price per pound. Well, okay, that's a great thing, but we got a little bit of a problem there. We don't know the price per pound. So we do know that Carmen, this ratio should equal the ratio for June. So we're going to do 3 pounds. Pounds go in the denominator, and the cost was $1.08. Okay, so Carmen's cost for 3 pounds, June's cost for, I don't know how many pounds yet. Okay, don't let all the decimals freak you out. There's nothing wrong with that. So we could simplify, but I don't know if a lot of you would see that. It may be a good time to practice our cross products. If you want, that might be a good idea. It's really up to you what you see. If you see that you can simplify, I think that's perfect. I would simplify because 3 does go evenly into 108. 3 into 108. So 30, 18, 36. So 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into $1.08, 36 cents. And our other ratio is $1.80 over P. Now, that's really nice because we're going to do this times something. Oh, don't know that in my head. So, cross products. So $1.80 equals P times 0.36. We have our one-step equation. Remember, for multiplying in the equation to solve, just divide. Oh, this is a great review. So now we have to divide by a decimal. Hope you remember, when we divide by a decimal, we have to make it a whole number first. Move it 2 times to the right, and we're here. Now we just have to figure out how many times 36 goes into 180. Doesn't go. I like the 0 there, and I know that 6 times 5 is 0, so I'm going to try 5. That's 0, 30, 180. So, P is 5. 5 what's? 5 pounds is the answer for June. Okay, now you could, if you wanted, you could use an equation. So if you're going to use the equation, oops, that did not work out so well. You're going to use an equation. Oh, my board's going crazy. well, we'll need a K, a constant. K will be the unit rate. Alright, well, I think we found the unit rate over here, did we not? Did we get a 1 in the denominator? We did. So it was cost per pound. And we did $1.08 over 3, and we got 36 cents. So it was 36 cents per pound. Alright, well now that we have our constant, we have that, we can write our equation. Remember, the equation is written in the form of y equals kx. So, y will equal 36 cents times x, which is the cost, right over here, cost, oh, if I can write, come on board, don't fail me now, cost equals 0.36 times, times the pounds. That's what this equation is telling me. Cost equals 36 cents times the pounds. Well, we're trying to find how many pounds. So that variable is going to stay. We already know what June spent. June spent $1.80. So that's where we're going to put the $1.80. 0.36 times, I don't know how many pounds. And then, oh my gosh, guys, look. It's the very same thing. Going to divide by 0.36. Since we already did the division, I'm not dividing again. So the answer is 5 pounds. Either way, you've got to find what works for you. Alright, well, hopefully the harder word problems are a little nicer for you now, but remember, you've got to find your 2 different items that are in each ratio. They should match. In this one, it was cost in pounds. Each time we have the cost in pounds. We don't know the cost for the pounds either. So every one will have matching ratios. You've just got to set them up. And the tricky ones are just like over here, where they give you a ratio of like 2 to 3, but then the question doesn't even use that, and you've got to think, oh, well, I'm talking about the total. So be very careful that they don't trick you. All right, so give your homework a try, and we'll check it in class tomorrow. Talk to you later.